again, everybody. It's time for the Daily World Baseball Classic Live. I'm Bob Ramsey, and on the scene is Joe Roderick, who's been covering WBC since it started. Joe, how are you today?
I'm good. I tucked myself away in an office here in the press box. It is so loud out there when you get out onto the concourse, out onto the field, and even outside, walking around outside the stadium. Just the atmosphere, the party atmosphere they've made out here is absolutely incredible here in Miami.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You've been talking about that, and as these games unfold, the tension increases, the excitement increases. And I haven't seen any negative comments from anybody who's actually been attending these games live.
Yep, I think that's a very important way to describe it. Anybody that's here is really enjoying the baseball that they're seeing.
So let's talk about what has just happened and what is about to happen as we're trying to grind through the final couple of games. Last night, it was a remarkable comeback effort by the United States, but there have been some who have been critical of Mark DeRosa and his handling of the pitching. What's your overall take about that relative to last night, and maybe what he could have or should have done differently to not get in that spot?
I think I went over a list the other day with Claibs. When you look at the pitchers that are not here for Team USA, I think when you look at the DeGroms, the Scherzers, the Verlanders, Kershaw, you know, the list goes on and on. Shane Bieber, just keep naming off American pitchers that aren't here. And I know a lot of those guys are starters. But when you get into the bullpen, it's a lot of unknown, and it's a lot of kind of piecing it together. And you know, Mark DeRosa said last night that, said Adam Wainwright's getting the ball today. He's going to pitch. And I asked him this afternoon at the press conference, I was like, who's not available? Is there a list of that? And Lance Lynn's obviously on that list. He's done for the World Baseball Classic. He's just a fan now in the dugout. I don't think they're going to use him to pinch run at all. So you look at what they have. I don't think you're going to see Bard pitch today. I don't know if they are thinking about tomorrow. I think they're trying to get 27 outs today. He mentioned it goes Wainwright, Michaelis, and then maybe Brady Singer is third in line for the team. Right. I thought maybe Michaelis would be pitching tomorrow. I thought, or I guess Tuesday. Yeah. I thought Michaelis was going to be the guy that they would tap for the championship game if they win, and maybe that's still the plan. But he's relying on a lot of Cardinals.
Yeah, it's interesting when you get into tournament baseball, it's so different. Even though we call Major League Baseball in October tournament baseball, it's still a longer series. It's not that lose and you're done stuff. And so you say, well, elimination game. But then you got tomorrow's elimination game. And then the next day's an elimination game. So when it's just a completely different animal when it comes to your pitching.
It's like being down 3-1 in a series. That's kind of the way to describe it, is that every game is but on the other side, though, it's the same for the other team. So you're also managing against a team that's in the exact same situation where there is no tomorrow. And yeah, there's no other scenario in Major League Baseball where this happens. And it's happening here, and you're seeing the guys absolutely love it. Last night you saw Wainwright. Before the game, DeRosa said Wainwright was mad. He was angry that he didn't get the ball in yesterday's game, but there he was in the dugout for the game. He was the biggest cheerleader yesterday for Team USA. And
of course, nobody would think that. That's not news, because it would be news if he would have packed his bag and left. That would be new. Him being a great guy is not news,
right? So that you get that. You get that atmosphere in the, and Mark DeRosa said yesterday too that when Venezuela when they hit the home run yesterday, they were celebrating the way they were going out about it. He's like, I want this same passion for my guys too.
Yeah. So talk about that moment, Trey Turner's moment last night.
I have never cheered as much in the press box as I have last night, Rammer. It was just.
You still have your pass around your neck? They didn't yank it?
Right here. Yeah.
They didn't take it?
Yeah, I wasn't alone. I mean, that's this is the atmosphere that we're getting here with these games. It's absolutely incredible. And I mean, the number 9 guy in the lineup who would be hitting leadoff for any other team, doing that in that situation, he said it, he's never played in a game as loud as what was last night. And that was 50-50 split of the fans too.
Yeah, let's get into lineup nerddom so I can have something to add. And that is, it's because it made me think of it when you talked about him hitting last at the bottom of the order or 7th or whatever. I am surprised that he's not hitting 1 or 2 and moving Trout to 3 and Goldie and Arenado down a couple of spots. As I said at the beginning of the Classic, it's the lineup so good. You literally could throw the names in a hat, pull them out, and that's the lineup today, and it'd be fine. That's how good the lineup is. And it showed again last night with the Turner home run.
And you look at what the lineup is for today, and for tonight's game, and Kyle Tucker not in the lineup in the game tonight. Home run yesterday, not in the lineup again today, and they're switching it up here in the semifinals.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Surprised Schwarber is in there, and maybe even not Tucker over Olsen, but I'm sure he has his reasons. And again, you pick one great hitter for another great hitter. I don't think it's that big a deal. So who will be the first media member to reference the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Who? I mean, it would have been Strauss.
Like pressure in the 7th inning. DeRosa's got more pressure on him than President Kennedy in the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Would Strauss have already tweeted that out?
Maybe, and I would have giggled happily.
So yeah, that's, so many unknowns on that team too. They do have the names, they do have the few MLB players in that lineup, but you look, the starting pitcher tonight threw 7 innings of Major League Baseball last year, 7. So these guys, I don't know if anybody in this lineup has faced him. I haven't dug that deep and looked into it, but it is, there is so much unknown. But the thing they're going to have behind them is these guys are excited to get out there and play. They're in Miami. They're in Little Havana playing a baseball game.
Yeah, and so there will be more stress. I mean, it does. That's the thing about this tournament, as we mentioned before. Each game goes by, you're closer to a championship and going home, and the stress levels increase exponentially each day, in my view.
Yeah, I'm not as inept, or I guess as well read as far as everything going on there, so I don't have anything to really speak of. We know what history says about this, and we know that they're letting the MLB players also play in this, and it's we're so close to where they are from right now. I mean, it's that's something that I don't think you or I will ever have to know what that pressure's like.
No, I think you're right about that. And then who will the winner play for a championship? What do you like for a championship game?
I mean,
to face this winner.
It was too early. Japan worked out way too early this morning for me to get down here and come to their workout. I am very excited to see Shohei tomorrow. Just get to hit. See Lars tomorrow. The amount of love that Lars is getting here. I meant the other night the game. What was it? The Mexico-Puerto Rico game. I was sitting next to Japanese media, and when I told her I was from St. Louis, first thing out of her mouth, "Oh, Lars Nootbaar." First thing.
Yeah.
First thing. So the love for him it's incredible. The amount that he has done already in that country. So I think they want Japan US. I think they're going to get Japan US.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
So any keys tonight? The thing about Wainwright, we all love Adam, but we know that there have been some games, and with his velocity down, that I wonder if DeRosa will have a quick hook.
Can he get you 12 outs? Yeah, 12 outs. Is that asking too much?
Well, what if he gives up 4 with only 3 outs? That's what I'm saying. You go with the quick hook. I mean, you can't. Again, it's not like an October series where, okay, let's let him grind through, try and keep it close through 5 or 6. We'll try and come back. If not, come back tomorrow night. This is it. This is the elimination.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, you need to have. I mean, if Michaelis and Singer are the two that are coming next, they need to start the game down the bullpen. They need to be sitting down there first inning, ready to go.
Yeah, that's my
So,
point. I agree.
Then that's as the game goes on, then you start looking and planning for other things as it goes, and try to figure out, okay, how do you build this? How do you get to those 27 outs? So,
And do you anticipate anything with the running game with Turner, Betts, and Trout in the lineup? If you wanted to, you could probably do a lot of things that way. But do you think they sit back and wait for the hitters to unload the lumber?
I think I've seen, of all the games I've been to already, I think I've seen one stolen base, and I don't think there was a throw on it. So
yeah,
I think with a lineup like the U.S., I don't think you do that. I really don't. I think
why gamble on outs
yeah.
when you got bombs coming?
Yeah, I think that's probably the safe way to go about it. So,
well, Joe, I wish I were there with you watching this one. It's going to be electric. It's going to be exciting, and for us in St. Louis, with so many Cardinals involved in Team USA, it makes it that much more fun. Joe, thanks.
You got two on Mexico, you got one on Japan, so
That's right.
So
the whole series.
Yeah, so I mean, I wonder if any of those guys are going to make the trip down here to Miami if U.S. makes it to the championship game on Tuesday.
I don't know why they wouldn't come down this evening.
Yeah, just see their teammate pitch here in a game. Think of it this way: this is the biggest game that Adam Wainwright's ever pitched in that Yachty wasn't his catcher for.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking of. Any game planning going into this, he doesn't have number 4 sitting next to him going through those game plans. So how does that play into what we're going to see tonight?
Well, hope it doesn't play into it at all, because that would be kind of a nervous thought. If he can't pitch to anybody but Yachty, we got a whole nother season ahead of us.
Yeah,
I don't even like that would be yeah.
Rammer, before we do get out of here, let's tell us a bit about Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, 60 years in business in St. Louis proper, but expanded to the east side, to St. Charles and Northeast Missouri, and each and every branch feels like your hometown bank. Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking.
Rammer, we will talk tomorrow before Mexico and Japan in the other semifinal game. Until then, he's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick, live from Miami here for the World Baseball Classic here on ClaibsOnline.com.
As one of St. Louis's fastest growing companies and largest private companies, St. Louis Acura is proud to serve you and remains committed to becoming better than ever for you. As new Acuras become more available every day, we are not backing down from selling 100% more quality pre-owned vehicles than ever before. We want customers that appreciate our friendly, outgoing team and our award-winning service, because at St. Louis Acura, we are better than ever for you.